Viaggio Celebrity Presents Top 26 Walter Hugo Khouri Films. Number 26. Pezzo Perdita 1998. Marcelo is a 12-year boy with an apparently vegetative life. Number 25. Estranho 1995. Since he was a child, Paulo Sintra has an obsessive passion for his cousin Sonia. Number 24. Amor Voraz 1984. Anna suffers from psychological disorder and Clelia, her friend since childhood, takes care of her treatment. Number 23. As Karaoke's 1966. As Karaoke's is a dramatic comedy presented as 3 different episodes. Number 22. Monica Seria do Rio 1987. 4 animated story featuring Monica and her friends. Number 21. Amor Estranho Amor 1982. Sao Paulo 1937. Hugo is a teenage boy who came from Santa Catarina, being brought by his grandmother to return him to his mother. Number 20. O Gigante de Pedra 1953. Number 19. O Convite o Presa 1980. The dentist Luciano has love after hours with Sonia on the dental chair. Number 18. Lonesome Women 1959. A group of prospectors is maintained in a semi-slavery regime on the border between Brazil and Bolivia because of a debt with their masters. Number 17. Eros, the God of Love 1981. Sao Paulo, great metropolis. Marcelo, 48, married to Ilonera and father of Berenice, narrate his love and hate for the city. Number 16. As Filhas do Fogo, 1978. Woman living in Sao Paulo goes to Gamedo, south of Brazil, to visit a friend of hers. Together they meet an old woman who engages in strange experiences in parapsychology. Number 15. Payaso Assombres 1977. Movie director visit a set on a studio about to be closed. Number 14. In the Devil's Throat 1960. In 1868, during the Paraguayan War, the Brazilian Pedro Andrade and Reis and the Paraguayan Ramon and an indigenous mercenary deserted and managed to reach the Iguazu Falls. Number 13. O Ultimo Ecstasy 1973. An angry teenager combined with a friend and their girlfriend a bucolic weekend in a place that makes him relive several moments of his childhood. Number 12. Men and Women 1964. Lewis is a married man with a son but having a tiresome life. Number 11. O Prisioneiro do Sexo 1978. Bow with their marriage, the architect Marcelo proposes his wife Anna, a relation to 3 with another love partner. The woman accepts, but the situation escapes from Marcelo's control because Anna engaged lovingly with each other, and Marcelo no longer fit in the triangle proposed. Number 10. O Anjo da Noite 1974. Student girl goes to mansion in Petropolis, Brazil to babysit 2 children, while their parents are away for the weekend and is terrorized by anonymous phone calls originating in the house. Walter Hugo Khouri's The Night Angel marks his first incursion in the horror genre. Khouri's feature is to tell a tale of gothic horror while waiving the genre's thematic and aesthetic conventions. Number 9. A Ilha 1963. Milione invites some friend for a weekend on an island. Number 8. The Palace of Angels 1970. In Sao Paulo, the greedy Barbara is not happy with her work in a loan and investment company. When her boss Ricardo invites Barbara for a meeting at his apartment, he harasses her first and then he fires her. When Barbara is walking on the sidewalk, a stranger offers a ride to downtown for her. While driving, the driver Rose offers a job in a brothel to Barbara, promising a very high income to her. When Barbara arrives home, she tells the offer she had to her friends Maria Zina and Ana Lucia. The trio decide to visit the place, but they do not like the situation of being treated like object. They decide to steal the database of the wealthy client of Ricardo and offer their services in their own apartment. Number 7. The Amorous Ones, 1968. Marcelo is a student in existentialist crisis. He questioned the reason of life and lost the interest for everything but love. He goes to school but does not study. He does not work. He does not have any place to live, and he does not have any asset. He has two sisters, one of them married and the other living with a girlfriend in a small apartment. His family seems to be split since his parents died. His fragility attracts the women, but he is just interested in love without a relationship. Number 6. Desejo, 1975. Widow 1 year ago, Eleonora, a 33-year-old woman from Sao Paulo's upper bourgeoisie, lives alone, unsuited to her husband's absence, an intellectual frustrated and torn between the need for transcendence and a strong love compulsion. Number 5. The Goddesses, 1972. A psychiatrist lent her country house to a patient, expecting she would repose, but she meets a neurotic former lover, and the psychiatrist gets so involved in the couple's problem that she ends up getting dependent of them. The Goddesses is a very beautiful film. Nature and women mix effortlessly. Anna and Angela bath naked in the natural swimming pool. The high pine tree gives them strength, whisper them secrets. Goddesses, Witches and Duprat's soundtrack is perfectly matched to the film. Number 4. The Burning Body, 1966. A rich woman, Marcia, is bored with her life divided among her husband, a lover, and parties. She feels her life has no meaning, and then she decides to go with her son to her country house in the mountains. Later on, she will be joined by her husband. She wants peace, and maybe she nurses the hope of finding herself in the solitude of nature. Arriving there, she wanders around alone or together with her son. There's a ranch owner in the neighborhood riding around looking for an escape horse. His behavior drags her lovers down, and Marcelo ends the story alone, in a fetal position. Number 3. Forever, 1991. Marcelo Rondi, a very wealthy Brazilian, is found lifeless in his apartment. The man was struck with a heart attack. Arrived on the spot, her daughter Berenice investigates the life of the father and the causes of death. Tracking down the various lovers of men, he does not spare himself from harassing and annoying them. The young woman, suffering from a nervous illness, settles in the apartment, ending up having dialogue and discussion with her deceased father. Maybe she was having an affair with her parent, and in all probability it was she who caused her death. Number 2. Estranho, Encontro, 1958. Julia is a tormented girl who in a panic escapes being hit by a car at night on a deserted road. Driver Marcos helps her and shelters her in a country mansion that belonged to his lover Wanda. Julia says she had run away from her husband Hugo, a neurotic with an amputated leg, and would terrify her with her mania and psychological disorder. The lover arrives and the Marcos has to hide Julia from her, but the caretaker discovers her, and seeing the ad that Hugo had placed in the newspaper, calls the man. Number 1. EU, 1987. Marcelo is a tiresome, powerful and selfish millionaire. He lives in an existentialist crisis. Since he is a successful businessman but afraid of age and death, he can have any woman he wants. But in his intimacy, he desires the unique, impossible woman. In the present, he has the companion of two horses, Lila and Renata. But he is not satisfied. The three will spend Christmas and New Year Eve in an island where he has a mansion, In a party, he meet another Diana and invite her to go to the island with them. All of these delicious women are paid for satisfying him.